We're going to start off with some green clay, like for Granny Smith apples, and I rolled it out, conditioned it, rolled it out on the thickest setting on your pasta machine. And then I used, it doesn't really matter what shape you use. If you want your apples the same size, you can cut them out any shape that's all the same size. I have paint under my nail, okay? Please ignore that. I can't get it out. Anyway, I used some hearts in my case, so that's the size I have. Cut out as many sizes, or as many apples as I want. So you take your clay and you wrap it up, make it into a little apple. And then,
ball.
What?
The ring ball.
Yeah, make it into a little ball. Yeah. And then if it's kind of long, you always set it up because you're going to squish it just a teeny bit. You can use a nail or a toothpick or something. And I'm going to use the tip of a nail and go straight down on the top here. And that makes it flatten out just a tiny bit, wideways, and it also gives it the base to sit on. So do that. And then I took some wire. You can use any wire, or even the tip of a toothpick, but I think the wire looks a little better for the handles, like that. That's going to be the handle of the apple.
Can you put this in the pasta machine?
Yeah, I'll run it through. You put beads in it, sweetie. The beads don't like to go through the pasta machine. Okay? You don't want to do that. Here. Then you cut little pieces of the wire here. Okay. Get your little wire here, stick it in the hole. I just stick it all the way down. And then I make a bunch of those and I go bake them. So, I come back and I have some nice little crunchy apples. They're hard and the metal is stuck in there pretty good. Never mind. It came right out. But it'll stay in there if you're not trying to pull it out. Oh, now I've gone and bent it. Alright, forget that one. We'll just go with these two. These two apples are ready to be dipped. I have my little pan, my little miniature metal pan, and you can use triple thick or liquid clay, but I'm going to try something new today. It's collage page. It's instant decoupage, and you can use any brand, even though I'm using Aleene's, and I got it at Hobby Lobby. I get all my stuff at Hobby Lobby. Anyway, that's what I'm using today. So you can try it. You can use triple thick. Doesn't really, any clear glaze will work. So I used that, and then I got my chalk pastels, and I used brown and ecru, that lighter brown color. I mean the darker yellow. Yes, you may. Here you go. Okay. Anyway, I scraped some chalk in there, and I mixed it up with a toothpick until it was a nice creamy brown color. Let me get these out of the way. Then I'm gonna dip these in here. There we go. And you want to wipe the bottom because you don't want too much. And then I have a Pringles lid. Catherine, shh. I have a Pringles lid. It's plastic, so it'll peel off. And the decoupage will air dry. So I just lay it on there. And then after a few minutes, you can see that you'll get the nice little ring around there. And you just let those air dry for a couple hours. I don't know. It depends on how wet, how much moisture's in the air. Just take your apple. And if you wanted red glaze for your apples, you would just make that mix in the pot. You'd just make it red. So you just sit these out and let them dry. Okay, I went back and remade my caramel sauce with triple thick because the other one was way too thin, the decoupage. So here's my triple thick, and I made it a lot darker too. You want to leave a teeny tiny bit of the green showing on your apple so you can really see it's green. Another thing, one moment please. Another thing is when you put your apple down on your piece of plastic, or glass, I guess, if you have glass. But you'll notice that the ring around there, sometimes you get too much on there and you have to pick it up and just move it. And, you know, you'll end up with different spots. Those are just trash spots. Just let this air dry and you're good to go. Something that you can buy to display them on would be this. They have these plastic gems at Hobby Lobby, and they're just plastic, but the backside is foil colored, and that's what I use for my baking pans, because it comes up just a little bit, has a little bit of a ledge, and you can't tell. So there's the baking pan, or my display dish, and I'm going to go ahead and start putting these on. Put one here, and I want to place them on there when they're a little bit wet. That way the bottom spreads out, the goo, the caramel goo spreads out a little. It'll also act as a glue on there. So there you go. Let those dry, and there are your caramel apples. Oh, I forgot. Keep your pan. Let it be a little messy. You might even deliberately make it a little messy. Where's my stick? Here, I'll use this. Because when you have that on the side of your, or on your stove, you can have, oh, do you see me dripping? See? A natural drip right there. All over my work surface. Well, anyway, so it makes it very natural. And just set it down and let it dry like that, and it'll look very realistic. Ew.